was a little bit troubling. But let me tell you what's not troubling. We got our guy back. Guy back.
I missed you, man.
Darryl the Guru Johnson back in the house. And he can tell you whatever he needs to tell you. But
first, I just want to say thank you. Can I tell you thank you?
Sure.
Evan Giddings and the whole staff here at 95.7 The Game. Not to tell all my business, Steiny, but my wife had emergency gallbladder surgery, removal.
Yikes.
It came out of nowhere, so I had to be with the fam. I'm back here now, and I got to tell you, I've been in the lab watching these games like my life depended on them. So we'll get to it because we actually got 8 quarters to react to with me. But we'll get to the I don't know what that was Saturday, but I got a list here. I got a book report.
Oh, all right.
The one thing that bothered me.
Now, don't use it all up in the first segment.
Because I'm talking to Shafty, Bonte, you, Evan. Slow down, Goo. I just can't believe Draymond Green picked Anthony Davis up off the floor. That is what I kept rewinding.
Huh.
And when I saw that, and you know about the friendships, Draymond, game 2, you were the junkyard dog. Steiny, they need that man tonight. You cannot be friends and do nice Cub Scout stuff and pick the dude that fakes an injury every other play up off the ground. You're sending subliminals, and the big pit bull becomes a chihuahua. So tonight, if somebody's on the ground, you leave their ass down there. You are Draymond Day Green, the heart and soul. And if you become neutered, this thing can get ugly fast. I'm not panicked, though. You got that outside.
I believe in the golden rule. Treat others as you would like to be treated. And if everybody does that, I think this will be a better world. Now, I don't know if the Warriors are going to win the playoff series if they're nicer, but I think it's something to aspire to.
I like that.
Draymond was terrible. Clay was terrible. Steph was barely adequate.
But why? It's WHY. Tell me why.
I don't know. I don't know.
This is a bad matchup,
It sure feels like things are fragmenting a little bit, but
okay.
I feel like we've also been here 10 times already this year.
Because they never lost under Kerr in Western Conference Series.
Yeah, I'm even just talking about this year. It feels like there's been so many moments where things have been hanging in the balance, and tonight would seem to be it again. You don't want to go down 3-1. You don't want to go down 3-1. So you gotta figure this out tonight. And I think it all starts with playing harder, doesn't it? You gotta play harder. Oh, you're right. Hey, we're up 11.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say that. They came storming back after the first quarter, and Steiny, I'm going to be honest, man. I've been on Twitter, and I had to get off because a lot of Dub Nation's blaming this loss or the 2 losses on free throws or the refs. So kudos to Steve Kerr for saying what's real. Stylistically, this is a bad matchup. This is when you needed James Wiseman. You have no option at body punches. I'm watching these games, and for people saying AD on the offensive end for the Lakers, that ain't what's happening. It's on the defensive end. And I got to tip my cap, Steiny. He controlled the paint. And when he blocks your best player multiple times, you can't tell me there's no residual effect. The Warriors, it's on their mind. If we go to the rack, Anthony Davis, when he's invested, is a problem. So how do you get past that? And Klay Thompson, I love you to death. But he needs to get more catch and shoot opportunities, Steiny, and that's not on him. And I'm saying the right on the table early. Right, I've been a couple of days right on the table, sponsored by Atco Pest Control. Go to atcopestcontrol.com for all your pest control needs. I'm going to say it.
All right.
Jonathan Kuminga, get your ass up and go show us what you got.
He did.
Because athletic
played the last 2 games. I think he's got 10 minutes in each of the last 2 games.
Now you're ready for the improv. You've been working on your stuff. I'm talking about from the jump. Make the Lakers have a problem with some athleticism. Let him get something on the block so you can get fouls. I'm just asking.
He doesn't like to play on the block.
Do you think this ship has sailed for him playing meaningful minutes after 4 games? And Steve Kerr, I'm not second guessing, but I guess I am. So Moody all of a sudden is leapfrog Kuminga. You got to throw your kitchen sink at your problems. He's an athletic freak. He's got fast feet. Maybe he won't foul when he's guarding. The Lakers have been to the free throw line 44 more times than the Golden State Warriors.
Right.
They're the best at it. Dub Nation, I got a caveat for you, or a footnote. You lead the league in fouls. You foul Orlando. You foul Detroit. This isn't just a Laker thing. There's a lot of denial going on. They're fouling, Steiny. It's slowing the game down. They're mucking it up.
The Warriors are supposed to muck up the game, I thought, after the first game, right? Didn't they say we need to muck it up a little, become more physical?
Who do you throw it to on the post offensively? I'm just using that. How do you muck it up for the Warriors? They have nobody.
They never have. They've never had a post.
So can you really muck it up?
Well, I think they mean on defense to, I guess not give as many easy shots.
And leave AD's ass on the floor?
I mean, the fouls are, to me,
they're fouls,
not
Steiny.
inconsequential, but it's been an issue all year.
Okay.
It's been an issue all year. And we talked about it all year. Why do the Warriors foul so much? Well, you know why? Because their perimeter players defensively have lost a step or a half step.
You think there's something to that?
Of course. I mean, like that's where it's like, let's not be delusional here.
But game two,
that's great. You can do it once in a while, but once you start to get a little bit older, you start to get more inconsistent. By the way, Evan, did you look at Klay Thompson's numbers this postseason compared to last? Is it amazing or is it amazing?
I don't think you would guess that he is shooting better in this postseason.
Nope, I don't think you would. Klay Thompson,
from the field, he's the same. But
Klay Thompson shooting the exact same percentage from the field as he did during the whole playoffs last year.
That's amazing.
And his three-point percentage is actually up 1 point. He shot 38% last year. He's shooting 39% this year.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But
and I'm not here
it doesn't
to blame.
matter, but it's like it's proving my point about how 40% from three-point line, you got to see it to see because he's been inconsistent. He's had one playoff game where he's made more than half of his threes. Just one out of 10. So, he had a really, really good 8 for 11, and then after that, it's been. How does Klay turn the ball over 6 times?
Doing something that's not his forte, and that's trying to create off the dribble. And what about Looney and the rest of the gang? Anthony Davis, to me, is such a presence in the paint when, they're trying to bounce pass in the middle of the key, Steiny, and the length of the Lakers are like, have we talked about Anthony Davis's deflections? Not just the blocks. He's a problem. So how do you negate that?
You got to play with more fire.
Or you got to hope he does it. Because he's game on, game by game guru. It's game by game AD, Steiny.
Well, I hear you, but you cannot count on that. I mean, what Davis play 32 minutes the other night? Who knows?
LeBron didn't take a shot the first quarter, the first time ever in his career, and I thought, the Warriors got him. Steiny, they're up 11, and I'm going to say something to the chef, our boy.
Okay.
I'm a little disappointed, and let me tell you why. Because I've watched the game a million times. I hope nobody's really going to look me in the face and say they lost that game because Klay ran to the corner instead of cutting to the basket as they were up 11. That's one play in a 48-minute game. But why I'm a bit disappointed, basketball disappointed, Steiny, is he showed a lot of emotion, and I felt like that whole game for the first time under Kerr. You tell me if I'm wrong, and I'm going Memphis 50-point loss last year. Draymond came unglued. But the Warriors Saturday collectively came unglued. That was the first time I felt like they were Steiny pouting. And Draymond Green, the game didn't stop for the Lakers. They kept adding. You talked about the game stop. And the coach just checkmated you when he said, we're not losing because of the fouls. And that's why I rock with Kerr. They got to be aggressive tonight. I remember Valanciunas, the whole Draymond, he wound up Saturday night. He's got to wind up and foul somebody hard. Not dirty, Steiny, and let him know he's there.
Draymond's got to be careful in situations like this.
Where's Looney at? Just this a bad matchup for him? You can get the rebounds.
Well, first of all, Looney had 23
impactful.
Rebounds in game 1.
It was incredible.
I think in game 2, his numbers were pretty good too. The problem is you want to play with only one defensive player.
Oh, man.
You want to start JaMychal Green, a journeyman? Well, guess what? Now you lost Looney's production because he only played 16 minutes on Saturday, and he was not a factor at all, pretty much. So I don't know what you do now. What you go back to
Steph Curry's got to
tonight.
get off. They had Reeves on him and put Vanderbilt, which was a great switch, on Draymond, and that length. Remember I said the quarterback?
Yeah.
Now it's like pressure, but Steiny, is it unfair for me to say, Curry, you can't have that game you had Saturday?
Well, I mean,
What would he say to me? Goo, I need some help.
I would think he'd say, Goo, we're only 3 games into the series.
I went third person, but go ahead.
To say, Goo, it's in fact, Steve Kerr, not a must-win tonight. He even said must-wins or not.
I do like that because
Yeah.
mathematically
I
he's
expect
right.
Steph to come out and try to force the tempo and create and try to do kind of what he did on Sunday against the Kings. Kenny, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, again, I didn't think the Lakers had enough firepower to beat the Warriors by 20, 30 points. I certainly didn't think – the Warriors couldn't score for 2 quarters. They couldn't score.
You know why?
They couldn't.
The 7-footer was blocking anything that was in the paint,
Well,
and
they
then
only
you
had
were
6
missing.
blocks. I looked at that, and I was like, okay, I know a lot of it's probably intimidation.
And how
but
many
they're also
shots?
doing a good
Okay,
job on the perimeter.
No, that they
They're
are.
rushing
and that's
the
what's
Warriors a
shocking
little
me.
bit.
And they're not making D'Angelo Russell a liability. I got to tip my cap to him. That move he did on Klay Thompson.
Which one?
I'm gonna give you a 3. The up fake with the ball, turnaround spin off glass, then to deliver the piece of Steve Nash on Curry. I think Wiggins might have been there. Like, Austin Reeves can't guard the chef. He's been awful. But
What do you mean?
There was an Austin Reeves in the regular season that was kind of
Right.
like not Lynn Sanity. He was a folk hero, Steiny. He ain't been at his best. But the Warriors are not making the Lakers pay for whoever they have on the court.
Well,
It starts tonight. I'm not saying it's over, and I know I'm shocking you. I'm nervous. I'm letting this all out, but my goodness, maybe Anthony Davis will be game 2 Anthony Davis.
I wouldn't count
And the
on
lane
it.
will be wide open.
They couldn't score because they were picking their pockets, bad passes, da-da-da. Yeah, you're right, 408.
19 turnovers.
Obi's in San Jose. Hey, Obi, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you guys doing?
Hanging in.
Need a win.
You're saying it. I've been hearing everything you're saying, and you're all right. You're spot on. One thing I just wanted to add is that Warriors just seem so binary. They're either shooting threes or trying to go in the paint, which both didn't work last game. Why not pull a mid-range game in? Go in, drive. When they do that mid-range, they pull Anthony Davis up. They get him out of the paint. Then that leaves more backdoor cuts, more open layups. They just keep trying to do the same thing. And then Steve Kerr says, we're a championship team. We know how to win. But make some adjustments then. Play the mid-game. So that's just kind of what I wanted to add. Put another dimension in that offense.
Yeah, Obi, I think I brought that up after game 1. I thought they had to cut those shots kind of in half, meaning
You did say
an in-between type of thing. And the Warriors have shooters to do it. I mean, Clay and Steph can make mid-range shots. They're great at them.
that was Jordan Poole's forte, Donnie. What's happened to him? And Dante DiVincenzo. We talked about the minute allocation. Maybe he got 22 minutes Saturday, 2 of 8. And Jordan Poole was 2 of 9. That's 4 for 17 collectively.
Right.
I know they're not the stars, but they were the juice coming off the bench all season long. And you're getting nothing from those two. I don't recognize Jordan Poole. And I'm not saying
Something looks wrong. Something looks out of sync.
And can I go here? I told Evan.
Go anywhere you want.
That video after Game 6 loss to the Kings where he told Draymond, get your hands off me, and Curry had to come buff him, to me, that tells me there's residue. Yeah, you took care of that in the meantime. You gave the Game 7 speech, but I'm going to say it, and I hope I'm wrong. I'm starting to wonder, Steiny, how together is this team behind closed doors?
They feel
Is that
fragmented.
fair or off base?
I used the word fragmented. They look fragmented. They don't, and they look a little fragile. They really do. Kuminga doesn't look good, obviously. Jordan Poole is not very good. Clay is in his own head in a monster way. Steph's trying to hold it all together. Draymond's becoming more inconsistent.
Michael Green following Dre's. I have to cut you off.
Yeah.
Getting technicals.
Draymond Green, he's kind of Anthony Davis in a way. Although, obviously not as explosive, but it seems like Draymond's struggling to put together back-to-back good games.
2 rebounds, 4 assists in 23 minutes for Green, 1 of 4, and he didn't lose any chicken at the post-game podium. But as a leader, Steiny, and the dog, the Charles Oakley, the Xavier McDaniel that I dub him for this team, I didn't like when he said the game stopped. You led the league in fouls, bruh. Y'all foul everybody. So just say we got our ass kicked. But don't say it's fouls.
Let's go to Rich in Oakland. Hey, Rich. I'm getting to Rich on purpose because I think he's on to something.
Good morning, fellas.
Hey.
Great
Rich.
show. Great show
you.
as usual. I love y'all. I had called like a few months ago, and I was like, man, thank God that we won the championship last year, because imagine if we would have been in this position right now without winning it last year. It's like the locker room. We all know how hard it is to win a championship. It's even harder to win a championship when your team doesn't like each other. They don't have the camaraderie that the Lakers, for example, have right now. They're gelling at the right moment. The Dubs got all these agendas going on. Kuminga, Poole, Clay over here in his own world as usual. I don't know if you need to put the weed down or not before the games, but stop getting high, Clay. We got to lock in, and if we don't lock in and win it tonight, then it's over. But if it is over, for my Dubs fans out there, because I see us panicking, going crazy when we lose, and I know it hurts. We're emotionally invested, but we got 4 chips in 8 years. Let's be grateful.
Yep.
Thankful for Steph Curry that he came to this franchise and blessed us how he did. Man, it is what it is. Charge it to the game. We ain't going to win it every year. If we end up losing, then let's go out like some savages. Don't blame the refs. Do what we got to do. And please, Dre, we know who you are. Play hard, bruh. Stop with all this, clutch movement. We don't care. Stop helping them off. Try to get off, when Anthony Davis falls on the ground, don't pick him up, bruh. It's war. So go out like some savages. That's all that I ask. But we are very blessed as Warriors fans. If this is it, then let it be. All right, y'all have a great day.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Rich. Again, it feels like the Warriors have been here 10 times this year.
It does, and that's why I'm not counting them out, but you're right.
And they're 1 win away from having home court.
Said it in the green room.
You know what? If the Warriors win, it's the kind of thing, too, where if the Warriors win tonight, all of a sudden they've got home court back. Now I think it's fair to start saying, well, look at Denver and Phoenix.
Right.
That may go 7.
Oh, boy.
We could beat maybe one of those.
Yeah.
Look, we could get the Knicks in the finals.
That ain't happening.
We could get the Heat, the Miami Heat. But that only happens, I think, if you win tonight and get it to 2-2, knowing you're coming back home. But after Game 3,
I just didn't like the body language.
how could you? They were demoralized.
They were demoralized, and I just felt like they lost composure. I don't like any of it. But I'm gonna say something. Klay Thompson doesn't need me to stick up for him. But Steiny, he was 3 of 9 from deep. Curry was 4 of 10. Okay, Curry was also 9 of 21 from the field. Klay Thompson was only 5 of 14 from the field. My question is, why is Klay getting the brunt of the criticism?
Because he had 6 turnovers. 6 turnovers.
Now, that I didn't
6
mention.
turnovers.
No, now that
some
I didn't mention. I'm gonna be
awful
honest.
shots, and his defense was not good.
Those are facts. I didn't mention the turnovers. 6 is a little
this
behind,
is where. I mean, I'll bet Klay Thompson hasn't had 6 turnovers more than 5 times in his career, simply because we know he doesn't dribble a lot. He doesn't like to.
Yeah. The front line is. I don't know how that gets better, Steiny. What you gonna do?
Well, you make some shots tonight. You beat the Lakers tonight. Series changes. I mean,
No
look, Lakers come out. They took home court, set the stage. Warriors come back, blow them out like they did. Game 3, Lakers regroup. Game 4, that's the one where the Warriors, if you look at their past, or you think, this is the one they scratch and claw, and they come back to San Francisco 2-2. Yes, Evan.
That was a playoff career high in turnovers for Clay. Just the 5th time in his career that's happened.
Yeah.
I mean, that's almost like a 9-turnover game for a guy who handles the ball. But just one game.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, I look at the big three was 15 for 40, 7 for 20. The big three.
Yeah.
Clay, Steph, and Draymond.
Not 5.
7 total assists among them and 9 turnovers among them. You're not going to win when your big boys play like that. And I know we're going to get into Jordan Poole, and he deserves his criticism. But you know what? We all can just reach into a hat, a top hat, and pull out the name of a Warrior player. And guess what? They were terrible on Saturday, most likely.